here is the Pixelcade LCD DIY kit. So it's going to come with this mounting board. This will make it easier for you to mount it in your arcade. So first thing we want to do is mount the Orange Pi 03 and make sure that you've already flashed the SD card with the Pixelcade LCD software image. So once you do that, you just pop this in here like this. Right? And you can actually get to it once it's already mounted. You can still get to it, but it's just easier. So just pop it in there and just follow the kind of guidance on here. So the SD card is on this side. Just pop it in there. Kit comes with these little hex nuts, so we'll just kind of screw them in like this with our hands. One thing I recommend is I've noticed on these Orange Pi 03s, there's a Wi-Fi antenna, which is what this is here. And this connector can actually come off pretty easily. So if you have a hot glue gun handy, just take a little dab of hot glue and just dab that on there, and then it'll just ensure this won't come off, because I've had that happen on a couple of mine. So just watch out for that one. And then once you've got that, next thing is to screw down the PSU, LCD PSU board. And you can orient this this way or this way. Now, if you're doing an AtGames Legends conversion, so you've got a BitLCD, you definitely want to put it like this, just because the way it mounts. But depending on your installation, you know, maybe you've got a different way. You can flip it the other way around too. But I'm gonna just go like this for now. So same thing, we can just screw these in by hand. Okay. And then it's just a matter of connecting the cables. So see this cable here, this one goes like so. And it's up to you if you want to connect these cables now or mount it first and then connect it. Just kind of depends on your installation. This is the HDMI cable. So we'll go ahead and connect this guy. Okay, so this HDMI is going to go to your LCD screen. So we'll just go there. Okay, so the other end goes into your LCD. And then this is just power. So this power is going to go where it says 12 volts LCD. That's what this is. And then this is going to go power your LCD scaler board. And then your main power is this one. So this is your 12 volt, typically 12 volt 5 amp power supply. Or if you're PC based, you have a Pixelcade SATA power cable that looks like this, then this would just go like so, and then the other end, this would connect to your PC power supply. So depending on your installation, that's that. And then as far as securing this board, we'll include these 4 wood screws. So we've got holes here to screw it down. But if you don't want to screw it down, and we'll put this as an optional thing, we can include some mounting tape. So just mark that in your order, and then I'll just include this, and then just, you know, maybe save you a trip to Home Depot. If you already got mounting tape, then, you know, don't worry about it, of course. Just put this on the back and then just, you know, attach it. If you're doing a BitLCD conversion on an AtGames cabinet, it's kind of hard to get into that space, so you definitely want to use this. But if you've got space, you know, I personally like to screw things down. It's more secure, but that's totally up to you. And so that's all you need to do. Now let's go ahead and mount this into our cabinet. All right, so now we're going to install our Pixelcade to BitLCD. And so there's some double-sided sticky tape on the back. And you're just going to take it like this. And we're going to go here. And you can just kind of set it on that oops. Kind of set it on that ledge like this. And then what I would do from the other side is just hold your hand as you press in to make sure you don't pop off your BitLCD, and just press down like so. And then we just got to connect the cables. So first thing we'll do is we'll take that HDMI cable and we'll connect it into the HDMI right here. And then we'll take our DC jack And you want to see the one that's labeled 12 volt LCD. Take that, plug that in there, and then plug that in to your BitLCD, which is here. Then on that side, you'll see a little switch, and just make sure that switch is pointing down. By default, that switch will be pointing up. It has to be pointing down for HDMI mode to work. And then you want to take your USB A to A cable and plug it in here, like so. And then the other end will plug into a USB hub, like this. You know, just take a USB hub, attach that, so we'll clean up these wires later. And then lastly, you need your power supply of 12 volts. And so you're just going to take that, and this would be your existing BitLCD power supply you already had. Just plug that in here. And that is it. Okay, so here's what things look like with all the wiring kind of somewhat clean. So there's our new BitLCD to Pixelcade conversion kit. That's all mounted there. Now notice your Pixelcade is connecting via USB. That's our primary connection. This board also supports Wi-Fi, so we'll set up Wi-Fi. I'll show you how to do that. Then you can also go hardwire. So if you want to go Ethernet, that's right there. And if you want to add more USB storage, you can add an external thumb drive there. Note that the Pixelcade board comes, that SD card has 64 gigabytes of memory. There's about 20 gigabytes free. So you do have plenty of extra storage on there to the tune of 20 gig. But if you exceed that, then yes, add a USB drive into that slot, and you can format that from the Pixelcade mobile app. So you can see the connections there. And then in this case, I've got the Pixelcade pulse sliding system as well. So I just mounted the board on top of that. Probably could find a permanent spot for that later. And then all this extra devices are going to go into your USB hub, which is here, which is then going to go into your AtGames, the back of your AtGames unit there. So that's everything is wired up. Some people are asking me what this is for. This is a smart power strip, so I can just give a voice command to turn everything on and off, and so that's what that does for me. So there you have it. Well, let's go ahead and close everything up and turn it all on. So on first boot, you'll notice the resolution is going to be off. So don't worry about that. We'll get that fixed when we run the installer. All right, so at this point, we've connected everything. Now we need to install the Pixelcade software. If you're running RCade on your AtGames Legends, here's how to do that. So head over to pixelcade.org, go to download, click on RCade/Legends, and we just need to get this command line installer. So I'm going to do the beta, but by the time you get this, it would be production, so hit the production one. Then just pop open a terminal, and we need to secure shell into your RCade. So it's going to be SSH root at arcade.local. Password is retro, R-E-T-R-O. And then just copy and paste that command we did earlier. This will run the installer. This is going to install the Pixelcade software on your RCade. It's also going to install this thing called DOF-Links, which powers in-game effects. And so that will allow us to show certain effects in-game while we're playing certain games on the FB Neo wheel in particular. Okay, so now at this point, remember your Pixelcade LCD is only connected via USB. We also want to connect it to your home network over Wi-Fi to enable all those extra features that you get with your Pixelcade LCD. So for this, let's hit yes. Go ahead and type in your Wi-Fi SSID, then your password. And this will take a few seconds, so just give it a bit here. And assuming you typed in your password correctly, it will actually tell you. So you can see here, Wi-Fi connected successfully. And so now just reboot everything and we should be good to go. Now, if you're running your RCade Legends cabinet off a Windows front end, so you've got a PC plugged into it, then you need to install the Pixelcade software on that PC. So from that PC, go to pixelcade.org, go to download, let's pick Windows-based front ends, and just download the software. I'm going to skip this step since I've already downloaded it, but you download that software, it's a setup.exe, go ahead and run it, just follow all the prompts. And then once you've done that, then go ahead and just pop open another tab. And the first thing we need to do is connect your Pixelcade LCD onto the Wi-Fi. So open a browser, type in this address 169.254.100.1:8080, hit enter, and you'll see this web UI. You then want to go over to settings. And what we want to do is we want to connect this to Wi-Fi because we want this to have all the cool Wi-Fi features that you get with your Pixelcade LCD. So just hit change Wi-Fi network. It's going to scan your network, so pick the one you want, and then just put in your password. And then hit connect. And then if the connection is successful, this takes about 10 or 20 seconds or so, you will see a connected message on your Pixelcade LCD itself. So it looks like that worked. We see our message on our Pixelcade, and we see this has connected here. And then one last step, go to settings, scroll down, and then on screen resolution, select AtGames BitLCD, and then we go ahead and do a reboot, and that will set your resolution correctly. So after the installer has run, you'll notice the resolution is now correct, as it should be. And now you can see Pixelcade is changing as we scroll through games. So now you can start to explore some of these new features. So now we're running in Pixelcade Attract mode, which kicks in when the RCade screensaver kicks in. So that's a Galaga clock. This is now a sports scoreboard showing all NBA scores. This you can configure from the mobile app, so you can customize this Pixelcade Attract mode slideshow with all the widgets that you want. And then when you want to get back to playing games, just go ahead and interrupt it. And now we're back to normal arcade marquee mode. So it's just a quick demo of the Pixelcade Pulse arcade lighting system. So as I pick different consoles, you'll see different LED strip effects, as well as on the speaker rings. You'll see the year the console was made, as well as some text on the manufacturer. Go to a few main games here. Some games have specific animations specific to the game. These are some of the ones with specific animations. So let me show you some of the in-game effects. So let's go to Frogger. Okay, watch the center matrix here when I get the Frogger home. So those are the examples, one example of an in-game effect we have powered by DOF links on specifically the FB Neo wheel for arcade.